On behalf of the American Subcontractors Association of Michigan, welcome to the 4th Annual Michigan Contractor of the Year Awards. The construction industry is instrumental in any thriving community, and Kent County is certainly no exception. Over the last several years, we have all experienced the reality of a construction marketplace with less work available and contracts with slim margins. Tough times lend themselves to an environment that breeds creativity, resilience, and an amplified need for collaboration and best practices. This year's pool of nominees for the MCOY exemplify these traits, and the Campbell Group is proud to support and celebrate excellence in the subcontractor-general contractor relationship together. This is our annual celebration of the strength that comes from collaboration and a shared commitment in hard work and excellence with purpose. Without further ado, here are your nominees for the 2013-2014 Michigan Contractor of the Year Award.
A dark night. It was October, and the leaves were beginning to change colors and fall, the way a structure built by subpar subcontractors might. I was staring out across the ever-changing skyline, thinking about the outstanding men and women who make my remarkable view a reality. When there was a knock at my door, I opened it. Nobody. But in their place, they had left me something. A small, gilded statuette. My mission? To uncover the meaning behind this mysterious effigy. What could it mean? What power did it bestow? And to whom did it belong? So I grabbed my coat and my hat, I went down onto the street, looking for somebody, anybody who could help me figure it out. People who know a thing or two about exceptional contractors. So, what can you tell me about this?
Okay, yes, I've vaguely seen this before, never up close, unfortunately. I think it has something to do with safety or contractors or something of that effect.
Anything else you want to add to that?
In regards to safety, one of the most important aspects of managing safety is our job site superintendent. We have quarterly workshops with all of our superintendents where we bring them together and talk about safety and quality control and what is working and what isn't working. We see the superintendent as the leader of the safety culture. He's the person that's setting the example, setting the tone, and making sure that everyone is following so that they are safety conscious and accountable to safety.
I had a lot to learn. I did some digging, but to no avail.
You know, that looks like an award. And, you know, you probably can't get an award like that without great project relations. And that's something that I spend a lot of time on. Project relations, in my mind, means how the atmosphere of the job. How is it always comes down to people executing with dignity and respect, interacting with their subcontractors and executing on a good plan that the subcontractors and suppliers understand, and it is clear with the owner's intentions also. Communication can be, verbal, email, technology, etc. But ultimately it comes down to people working with people and clearly identifying what are we going to do today, what are we going to do tomorrow, how are we going to do it, what's the expectations of the owner, so that everybody can work in harmony and work to the same common goal.
What was this artifact? Surely somebody must know.
Yeah, I have an idea about this. I believe it has something to do with bid ethics.
Go on.
One of our main values as a company is integrity, and we really take that to the nth degree when we talk about the bid process. We want it to be fair, and we want to make sure that the golden rule is never breached. We want to make sure that if we're going to go through a bid process, it's not about who you know, it's about fairness. And granted, if somebody wants a contractor on the job site, but they're not low bid, that's unfortunate. We honor that bid process, and we make sure that we do everything to be fair to each and every subcontractor and communicate that to them as well. Again, we've been on the other side of the table. We know what it's like, and to be in their shoes, and all that hard work and effort needs to pay off. And that's something that we really pride ourselves on and continue to hold that standard in our office.
I was hungry for more, so I stopped for a snack. Then I paid Tim a visit.
I've seen it before, and I definitely know what it is. It's the highly coveted MCOY Award.
That's valuable. That's good.
If there's one thing I do know about the MCOY Award, it's that it requires somebody to be an excellent communicator. It requires somebody that is really gifted at schedule coordination. And in order to pull those things together, you need the right people on board. Some of the schedules that we encounter now on projects at the beginning seem to be insurmountable. They seem to be impossible schedules. And they are if you simply don't communicate and you try to just let things happen. So you have to be very responsive with your communications. You have to really drive the schedule, provide leadership and creativity on how to get there. Can I get some water? Feeling a little hot in here.
They say to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And after that hot dog, heartburn was my enemy. So I decided to keep a friend close too. Luckily, it wasn't far from there that I ran into Mike.
Yeah, I know something about the MCOY Award. It's really about recognizing some really strong workmanship on the behalf of a contractor.
Sure.
It's all pointless if we throw something up that doesn't function well, that doesn't last a long time, that something that our people can't be proud of. You know, the quality, when we stand back at the end of the day and we say, we did that, our name is on that. And it's not just Elsing & Volker's name, it's the name of every single one of our tradespeople that have worked on that project. We're very proud to have put together a quality standards manual that goes beyond what the traditional specification that the architect puts together. It says these are the things that you should be doing. Doing the right things when nobody's looking, kind of a mindset. So when a contractor is installing a particular detail, if there's not enough direction in the drawings, we try to provide that additional direction so that ultimately we end up with the absolute best final product. So for us to hit the mark, to do it right the first time, in a project that every single person who touched is proud of, really is kind of a driving force behind everything we do every day.
Slowly it was all coming together. I was beginning to get an idea of the kind of guy who might hold an artifact like this.
Let's be honest, money talks, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is probably one of the areas that separates us from our competitors. I'm not going to go all the way out on the limb and tell you exactly what we do with payment terms, but if contractors pay their subs on time every month, not just a few of the months, but every month, you'll be able to sit back and just kind of watch the benefits of that.
What else?
My grandfather started our company 62 years ago, and it's something that we've always done. We pay the same time every month, and there's been arguments in our office that I've witnessed between our CFO and our past president about this, and it's just something that we do and we've always done. And that's the same thing with the bid ethics. We don't goof around with that. That's a major deal for us. If your subcontractors get wind that you're shopping their numbers or you're doing something goofy or playing games, they'll simply stop bidding to you, and then where are you? You can't do anything without great subs. So
Assembling a story is a lot like putting together a puzzle. I stopped by Dick's place to see if he could help me sort out the pieces.
Well, the Contractor of the Year award belongs to Wolverine Building Group. They're a little bit quiet, but they're a giant. They're kind of a quiet giant, and I think they're the company that really has built some of the landmarks in town, but maybe is not as flashy as some of the other general contractors, but is solid and dependable, honest, and builds a quality product.
I was close. I could feel it, but I still had one stop to make. So why don't you wrap this all together for me and give me the bottom line here?
I think the MCOY Award really establishes the benchmark for contractors in our area that want to be outstanding in their field. You know, these criteria aren't something that we talk about at Earhart once a year when this award comes up. Things like professionalism, ethics, communication, quality, safety, lean processes, administrative procedures. We don't talk about those just in context of the award. We really talk about them every day because they're a way of life for us. They're part of our culture. It's the way I was taught, and it's the way that we're going to continue to do business at Earhart. So I think it's through our consistency of committing ourselves to these criteria and making sure that we do what we say we're going to do.
Finally, I had enough to piece it all together, enough to know just who this relic must belong to. The 2013 Michigan Contractor of the Year award goes to